So Ming and I are really also in favor of the higher practices, that instructors can go easier and more with more understanding to the higher practices, because we have a gap there of actually teachers teaching the higher practices. So the idea of this commentary of Grandmaster Chia is also to encourage you to come to the higher level practices, because they really bring you further success in your life as well. So Grandmaster Chia, can you enlighten the instructors globally about the higher level of the practices, lesser, greater, greatest kanani, and also the 3 last formulas up to reunion of man and Tao, how that feeds the journey of our life here and also our life after death?
The lesser kanani also called lesser enlightenment. Greater kanani we also call greater enlightenment. And greatest kanani we also call the greatest enlightenment. What I mean by enlightenment in the Tao? We divide them into lesser, greater, and greatest. So in the Tao said, the first thing, you have to be enlightened. What mean by in the Taoism enlightened? So the Taoism enlightened may be different from other people. The Taoism, they said, once you know that your real purpose to be here, and there is, you want to grow your soul and spirit, educating them and give them the wisdom and knowledge and independence and the vehicle, and they can go. So they say when you really understand this, you enlighten. Why? Because once you enlighten, so the Tao said all the existing in the world is no meaning to you. Why? The money, the fame, the sex, all these things is no meaning to you, because my goal is I want to raise my soul and spirit, and I want to go the internal Tao, internal way. But when we don't enlighten, we don't know what we are doing here for. We don't care about anything about the environment, the world. We just want more money, more sex, more everything. And all these things drain our life force and nothing to feed our soul, and you're not enlightened. So once you enlighten, you understand the lesser, greater kanani. So the first thing that when you enlighten, you know this is what I want, and you go for it. The second thing one is understand the death. So in the Taoism, we don't talk about death, but we talk about separations. Because soul and spirit and physical, they don't come together. They are two different species. Okay? It's like the dog and fish. They don't come together. They cannot mate together because they are two different species. So the physical cannot talk to the soul and spirit unless the chi, the energy. So we call the soul and spirit is the intelligent energy. Okay? So, but our physical can producing chi, so that's why we have the link to the soul and the spirit. So in the lesser and greater kanani, we started to more emphasize on practicing separation. If we say another word is practicing death. But in the Tao we don't say no death, because we transform them and we take them out with me, so there's no death there. If we can transform the material into immaterial, there's no death. We only take one, put into another one, and that's it, and we separate them out. So that's why in the dark room, the lesser, greater, and greatest kanani in the Taoism, we are practicing in the dark room. The dark room, because when we are born in the fetus, we store the 5-MeO and DMT under the pineal gland. And if we say in the modern term, we call a death hormone. So people excellently discover taking mushroom, taking cactus, taking some drug, boom, they're out of body. The body separate. But in the Tao said you use them up, and the next time you cannot explain them very well. And when you're near death, you have no energy left to separation. So we become fear because of unknown and never experience. So in the dark room, the number one when you're producing enough melatonin, we started to producing 5 EMO is we see color, see light, see vision, hear music. And DMT is a separation. By practicing it to producing more this DMT, not use them up. And we started to train a separation by transforming our material into immaterial, so the energy, the physical, and the spirit are very clear, and we separate them out. We train them to separate them out. So in the Tao said, once you have this and light, this is second and light. Once you enlighten this one, that means death had no sting on us. You're not afraid of death anymore. Why? Because it's a separation. And you know and you entrust your eternal one, the immortal one. And you have the vehicle, you have the soul and spirit, and you have the form. And you know that, hey, I'm very concrete. I enlighten now, I see, I feel it. This is what I want. And you go for it. But it needs more energy. So in the lesser carnally, we are taking more inside the body. We transform our steaming and clean out and crystallize the energy. And after that, we started to take the earth forces. It's so much power. We call the earth cauldron. Fire under the sea, we call earth cauldron. That is a big, gigantic cauldron. Okay? So you have water below, and you have fire from the below, the volcano, we call volcano under the sea. That is the big earth cauldron. And this cauldron of chi is so much. If we connect them into our cauldron, water and fire, we have so much transformation power to steam, clean, and crystallize our organ. From material into immaterial, into crystal, into diamond, and it crystallizes. And to energy, and we transform them up. So we transform organ one by one up. So to make one organ to be crystal, to be diamond, and crystallize, it takes a little bit more time, little time. So the Tao said, once you understand this, you have no time to running around. So the Tao said, once you get it, you get it. The greater carnally, you started to go out into the universe at the missing pieces. In the Tao said, when the Big Bang, before the Big Bang, everything become one. When Big Bang, everything become many billion, trillion pieces. So the Tao believe that the earth, the moon, the sun, the planets have one missing piece in the universe for us. And go higher like the star, the constellation, the Big Dipper, the North Star, have a very direct connection with what missing we are missing to complete our immortality. And you go up to higher star and planet. So we have the sun, moon, and planet alchemy. So we're creating the cauldron in the space. We call it that's a big cauldron. Okay, and you have the Mars. If you are in the smaller one, you have the Mars is the fire, and you have the Mercury is the water, and the Venus is metal. So when you burn the metal, it becomes water. When you burn the wood, it becomes fire. So you take the Jupiter into the Mars, it changes to fire. And you take the metal to melt down, it becomes water. So you put them together, you have another cauldron in the space. And when you go up to the greatest kind, we call that star alchemy. So you take all different stars, different direction. So we have Eastern constellation, East is wood, Southern constellation is fire. So you put the Eastern constellation combined with the Southern constellation, it creating the fire. When the Western constellation is metal and you melt them into the Northern constellation, there is water. So you have water and fire again. So we are and you're creating a cauldron, so you have the big gigantic cauldron in the space. And this is started to transform the energy for you, and you take in, and it becomes our energy to be transformed and to be enlightened. And we can start it creating the immortal body and the energy body.